Welcome back to my MotoGP 25 career mode, but before we get to Cota, let's quickly recap from Turmester Rio Hondo. It was a great race all the way till this final lap where I unfortunately tagged the back of David Munoz, clumsily taking myself out as well, and had to pay the consequences. One long lap penalty resulted in me not finishing in the points. Disappointed and ready to bounce back. But bouncing back in style, we're going to join Marc Marquez and Max Quiles in a bit of a race-off game mode. So why not let off some steam and race the Minibikes? So let's do it then. Right before we get to Cota, let's have a bit of a play around. We've got 3 laps to win here, starting from pole position. We've got all sorts of riders here. Marquez, Max Quiles, Jose Rueda's here as well. Oh, what was that? Did you see that little wobble I had with Marquez then? Well, Marquez has taken the lead early. What are we seeing here? Are we seeing the future in a smaller scale? Are we going to be battling with Marquez in our career mode in the future? Will we still continue to battle with Max Quiles? And will we be battling with David Alonso and Sergio Garcia next season? Well, it's all fun and games for now, but I am deeply competitive, as you know, so I'm going to try and beat the 8 times world champion. Let's see what we can do. And a quick flick of the left here, a quick flick to the right there in turn 15. I think I'm quite fast in this final part, so they might have an opportunity soon. Of course, not very long laps here, and only 3 laps, so a bit of a teaser, a bit of a taste of what's to come in today's video. But we are now through, going into turn 1 on the Ovale Minibike. Does Marquez have anything else to return? Will he riposte? Or will he just sit there pretty in second place? Well, I will say I absolutely love this game mode, so it's a pleasure to introduce this into career mode, but I might be wrong, but I could have swore I just heard the fuel glitch. You can't run out of fuel on these mini bikes, so it's not something to concern ourselves about. But I'm definitely sure I heard it a moment ago. Now I have recently been able to fix that by just quitting the race, restarting, and then going again. Ooh, Marquez was really close to our rear tyre there. But of course, this is the penultimate lap. It's a quick taster, a quick teaser for what's to come in Cota in a moment's time. So let's see if we can get the job done, return back to Cota, and see if we can be victorious. Of course, we do start from a very strong position, which you're about to see any moment now. But if you want to skip all of this, just skip ahead, and you can watch the Grand Prix at whatever timestamp it will be in a moment's time. Hopefully YouTube's already organised it for you so you can see. But for now, we're still going at it. And of course, more importantly, if you want to see more of these mini bike actions and more of the career mode parts that isn't the main race, let me know in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are enjoying it, don't forget to like and subscribe. But with about 3 corners to go now, do we have Marquez done and dusted? Will he have anything left for the final corner? Here's the penultimate. Here's the final corner. I think we've done it. 3 laps of domination here on the mini bikes. So that's the mini bike results for you, with the only man in the fastest, in the 51s here, with by far the fastest rider on track, looking very, very promising on the mini bikes. But let's get back to Cota and let's talk the Circuit of the Americas. We will start the American GP on pole position for the very first time in our MotoGP career mode. Really excited to get this one underway, so I'm going to quickly skip through this, show you everyone who's here. Tayo Forasata on 17th, Eddie O'Shea on 24th, and Tachiko Mboaz restarts from last place. You know what? Let's just get on with it. So here we go then from our first ever pole position in Moto3 in MotoGP 25. Let's see what we can do. It's a good start. Looks like Piqueras had a slightly better advantage than we did. And there is Jose Antonio Rueda as well, also with a better line than me going into turn 1. Although, nice and tight to the apex, fire on the power. We might. No, oh no. Rueda was not letting me have that line, was he? Didn't want me to get through into turn 2, but now we go to the flip-flop section for 3, 4 and 5. I'm able to recover some position. Now, I had a very scary moment on those curbs, but similar to what Marquez had in real life, so I've got to be really careful with tackling those corners like I have been doing. Goodness me, Rueda was fast to respond there, so was David Munoz. He was really keen to get on with it, but of course, I don't know if I mentioned already, this is now on 120% difficulty AI. We've jumped straight from adaptive difficulty straight to the hardest difficulty in the game. Let's see what we can do for this Grand Prix. Well, I gotta say, whoa! Piqueras is gone. Piqueras is now out of the Grand Prix, or at least he's gone down. No, he's out. There's the confirmation on the left-hand side of your screens. Just had a small wobble there, but yeah, I did the qualifying, and it was easy enough. One lap was good enough for pole position. Skipped through, realised that no one else was going to get close to me. Then I just decided, you know what? I think it's time for us to move the difficulty up. I think I mentioned it in the last video, or at least I have been doing in the Discord server, that it was about time for us to go to the hardest difficulty, and so far, feels good. I did try adaptive difficulty not 5 minutes ago, and I just felt it was way too easy, so I'm glad we've upped it now to make sure we've got the most toughest AI here in MotoGP 25. A little bit disappointed that we've done it so early, though, because that means that the AI is not so hard. So we'll see. And don't forget, I must reiterate, I still do not have any vibration here in MotoGP 25 on PC with the DualSense controller. So if I'm still competitive now without vibration, what will we be like when we finally do get that sense of feeling within the controller? First lap ticked off then. We do have a lead of 0.2 of a second, still owning our spot upon the straight. Something that we have got quite a decent bite, really. Of course, the Honda being the faster of the straight line speeds compared to the KTM, so we've got to try and take advantage of that where we can. And into turn 2, it's a 1/10 of a second gap, 1/10 and a half to Jose Antonio Rueda. Now here into 3, there to 4. There's the curve that Marquez went on. I've got to be careful trying to replicate that. Now into turn 6, underneath the DHL sign. The gap has actually increased there to half a second momentarily. How are we able to pull away here? See how this one progresses. But of course, quick shout out to SirChioXXIII, the Belgian ace. Of course, brand new helmet this weekend. A more refined and more professional work from Sergio. Of course, we had very limited time to try and create a helmet within the first few hours of MotoGP. In fact, it was actually a day before when Sergio connected to me via Parsec, and he basically created the helmet right there in front of me, but didn't get much chance. I only gave him like 20-30 minutes. He just made something for me for now, and then we got on with it. But now the helmet looks absolutely stupendous, absolutely super, and of course it suits the bike so well. And there is David Munoz giving us a little friendly shove into turn 12. And now Rueda's gone down. Max Keeles and Detweiler have all gone down into that iconic turn 12. Surprised we didn't get a red flag with all that many crashes at once. 0.3 of a second advantage. We are now... No. That was a bit misleading. It was very misleading. We had 0.3 and we had no advantage, and then now we have 0.6 of a second again. And Scott Ogden, who of course is our rival at the moment, has just been given a long lap penalty. That's his second of the season already. So I think we chose well going for Scott Ogden. I think we will beat him for that additional reputation going forward. So lap 2 ticks off now. This is the start of lap 3, and we have the fast lap of the Grand Prix momentarily. David Munoz, fastest man on track. Of course, apologetic in the last video, wasn't I, to David Munoz. Took him out into turn 1 in Argentina. So trying to right those wrongs today by not battering into anyone. I think every single race we've had so far, we've had some sort of damage onto our 658 Quadricorsa Honda. With us staying at the front, we're keeping away from all that sort of contact and battering. It's back onto the right-hand side. You don't go on the right-hand side of the tyre that much in this track, really. Of course, a couple of parts. Here's one of them. Really enjoy this part of the track, one of my favourite bits. You get an overtake through here, it feels incredible. Absolutely wonderful, may I assure you. Fast into the left-hand side of turn 10. Of course, still sticking with the recommended tyre options in today's video. Medium front and soft rear. Here comes David Munoz. David Munoz up on the inside for turn 11. Picked us up mid-corner. Yet it still didn't really lose us the lead entirely. Neck and neck with the KTM. Does he have the legs to get through? Well, he's got the inside line, but I might be able to try and outbrake him on the right-hand side. Last at the late break, that's a lot of contact from David Munoz. He is certainly not taking any prisoners. I mean, what do you expect? Of course, that disappointed look from David Munoz. He's probably only one of the few riders that doesn't actually like me, even though I've never had any social media interaction with him. Very strange. And I mean that in a virtual form. I think I have actually received a like from David Munoz before on my Instagram, so I don't know about, not real life, I like David Munoz a lot. But in the game, virtual David Munoz, he's of course kicking off about my collision into turn 1 in the previous Grand Prix. So David still got the line there into turn 19. Can we round the outside for turn 20? Now, I am a little bit careful about turn 20. If you saw my review, you would know that Marquez sent an absolute lunge and a half on me in that corner when I was playing as Johann Zarco. So I've got to be careful in that final corner. Can't give them too much of an opportunity because they will attack. And speaking of attack, there goes David Munoz again. More contact from the Liquimoli Intact Husqvarna. Sorry, it's the new team, innit? The Dynavolt Intact. Well, we don't see that livery yet. I'm still waiting for the update. Well, here goes Munoz, and he's got the lead. He hasn't been successful so far this season. Probably would have been or close to it in Termaster Rio Hondo until I took him out. But I did the long lap penalty in that video. I accepted the problem. I accepted the fate. And we received no points in Argentina. But will we be bouncing back today? No points in Argentina. Could it be maximum points here in Austin, Texas? We'll certainly try. It's quite late on the brakes there. Trying to get this nice flowing line out to turn 11 so we can get maximum speed. Touching the curb there has just cost us. Cormac Buchanan's gone now. He was he about 7th in turn 11? Also, quick mention there, Tachikon Boisri is in 5th place. That's 6th place, sorry. He came from the back of the grid, very last position of the grid. He's already up to 6th. Oh, take that, David. Bit of contact there between us again. Oh, Fodge is gone. His time on the Dynavolt Intact team has not gone well. Guido Pini's just been given a track limit warning. Good, we're through on turn 15 rather safely there. Still very, very tentative about bringing on the throttle with no vibration. Cast your minds back to Chang into turn 3. We had that moment where I got on the power, almost high-sided into oblivion. We've got to be really careful. Now into the left-hand side, this is turn 19. We're up by 2.5 tenths of a second here, so we've got the advantage. This should be a good, strong lap time for us as well here, with a 10.5 in the back. David Munoz again! David Munoz again! Give that man a penalty. How many times is this going to happen? Now it's Matteo Batelli up there fighting with us. So we've got the level up MTA bike. I haven't seen much of Matteo Batelli in my career mode so far. Granted, it has only been 2 races, but I haven't really seen that much of him. Of course, his teammate Joel Kelso in real life has actually moved on to the CF Moto team, or moved back to the CF Moto team, should I say, when it was the Gas team. Really trying to get through there on Matteo Batelli, and Almanza comes from nowhere. Good Lord. Let's fight back here. Let's respond. Try and attack the pair of them before we lose any more ground. In fact, good news actually. 2.7 seconds is Boisri behind us. We don't need to panic here. We don't need to rush. We don't need to do anything too silly. Just stay with the boys and make our overtakes where we can. Right then. Turn 12. Is it me or our Honda is way too overpowered in the straights? It will be overpowered till we get bashed a few more times and we start taking engine damage, I can assure you on that one. But here's me now making the move on Almanza. How did we get damage from that? I thought that was a very tame overtake between us both. We gave space, a little bit of rubbing, but rubbing is racing. So we have now got damage on lap 5 of 9 here in Austin. That might prove to be difficult. Still running. Oh, steady on Almanza. I'm not usually strong between turn 18 to turn 19. It's probably one of my most... I don't want to say I would say it's my weakest corner, but the more way I'm trying to explain it here is how I feel about that corner. I'm overthinking it. I don't feel confident just to auto-zone, autopilot, just go into the zone and tackle it. So now, it's my new fastest lap of the race. It's a 2:13, 4.84. Not a great lap time considering. 0.6 of a second off David Almanza's time as we do take the long way round and hold a very acute angle into turn 1. That was lovely. But how will that damage come into play? How will the tyre wear come into play? God, that curb is sketchy in this game. Makes you really, really tentative going over that curb. But we are picking up a lot of speed here. This is the first time we haven't been challenged in the opening 2 sectors. Smooth and gentle through 9. Beautiful. And we're going to absolutely send it down here underneath the GoPro sign. Really tight to the apex. A little bit too tight, apparently. So we're picking up time all the time here. 0.9 of a second. Beautiful tight apex of turn 11 again. Is this the one? Oh, Batelli's gone. Turn 11. That's another crash into turn 11. That was Bucaras, Batelli, Buchanan. They're all getting caught out in turn 11. But take a look on the left-hand side of your OLED ultra-wides, ladies and gentlemen. Tapchakorn Bouazri is up to the 3rd position. He is on the podium after starting dead last. That is a cracking performance from the Thai native. What can he do now? Oh, Batelli's gone down again. He's lost 10th place. Considering that Munoz and Foggia both crashed, they're doing a pretty good job to still be in 7th and 8th respectively. Now Moodley has had a mistake somewhere. He's been given a warning. But focusing back on our race at the moment. 0.5 of a second clear from David Almanza. Few moments going into that right-hander then. A little bit sketchy. A bit wide there for turn 19 as well. 0.4 of a second. Steady bringing on that power. Oh, the bike it's beginning to wobble and move around a bit. New fast lap for me, but it's not the best lap of the race. David Almanza right behind us in contention for the victory here in Texas. He's got the line. He goes through into turn 1. So the battle is still alive. Did Almanza exceed track limits? He did. That's a track limit warning for David. Ooh. Ooh. Is it a move? Wait, we've got to be really patient here. Really patient. Really patient. Wait for it. Now. Attack. Yes. Back on through. We've got to be really patient through those moments. But he's come back. Fair play to Almanza. He was really wide there for turn 8, which is going to give us a good drive here for 9. Tight. Run it on that curb if you have to. And send it again down to the left-hand side. With slipstream. Brake just after the Brembo sign. Pretty much where the tarmac changes colour. Give it everything you've got. Jamming on the brakes into turn 11. Yeah, Almanza with a bad run there. We will pass him into turn 12. He had a good drive, though, to be fair to him. Goodness me. Giving it everything we can here, trying to go round. But I must remember, actually, goodness me, I've forgotten. We have damage, don't we? So we will struggle on our top-end speed. I think that's the way it works in this. Goodness me, Almanza was going to chop my nose off. Oh, and he's gone! Almanza's gone! He's throwing it down the road. That leaves us with a 2-second advantage to Bouazri. The man from last place on the grid is now second. And the man in pole is still in pole position. Can we keep it alive and keep it together to win here in Cota? Goodness me, that rear tyre is getting a bit sketchy around this right-hand side. Let's not put all our... What's the saying goes? Count your chickens before they've hatched. Put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, let's not do that yet. Let's focus on getting a good lap now. Ooh, it's really sketchy bringing on the power without any vibration, because you feel like you're bringing on a good amount of power, but you just can't seem to get it right. So regarding the damage of the bike, we're losing a 10th just by on that straight there. Let's keep an eye on this one now, because if we lose a 10th per straight, I don't know how to work that out, but to be honest, Munoz has gone again. We're down by 5/10 already in this first split. How bad is that damage going to affect us? I feel like I'm actually putting in a good sector here, but... Oh, did you see the rear tyre kick out again? Got to be careful now. I'm getting a bit nervous actually on the brakes as well. You can usually just hit the brakes fully in Moto3 in this game. It's not usually too bad. But there are some instances where if you downshift too much, the bike will topple over, so I've got to be careful here. It's quite late on the brakes. That's wide. That's wide. That is going to lose us a lot of time. This bike does not feel good. Regarding the straight, we are... I don't know how to work this out. It feels so sluggish, but it looks like on the... It's hard to work out from the previous lap, but the bike does not feel good, let me be honest with you. I feel like something has gone wrong here, and I would definitely put it down to that damage, and the fact that our rear tyre is slowly disappearing. The gap is 9/10 of a second to Boisri. Do not fail me now. Beautiful tyre apex to turn 15. 7/10 of a second is Boisri. Now, something I noticed in our past two videos is how quickly the AI got towards the end of the race. Oh, that right-hander is really beginning to struggle. Is Boisri going to do something similar? He is catching me. He is rapid right now. I lost a whole second on this lap time here. The difference that not having slipstream is making for me right now is massive. It is absolutely huge. That's 2 lap times in a row in the 2:14s. That is not good enough. That is not good enough to win this race. Has that damage scuppered our chances? Are we falling into the hands of the Honda Team Asia rider? Oh, the rear is kicking out now. It feels so strange. I'm looking at the back of the bike and it looks like it's going to just kick out at any point. I've got no vibration. I don't know what to work out. Just keep it together. Let's not try and make it too exciting because I'll get myself too hyped up and I'll make mistakes. Calm into turn 8. Be calm, collected and stay ace for turn 9, which we do. Now for turn 10. We've lost 7/10 of a second in that first lap. That first sector, 2-second sector, third sector, we've gone wide. There's something wrong with the bike. The damage is really affecting us now. Not like this. I can't lose to the guy who started last. No. Come on. We've got to be late on the lap. We've got to be the last of the late breakers here. Late. That's a bit wide. Boisri's there. Linetta's here as well. No, not like this. Come on. If I only had a bit more vibration, I would send it into turn 15, but I'm not sure where the limit is. I'm spinning the rear. No, Linetta. No, not like this. Not like this. No, the rear tyre, it's spinning. I can't believe it. It's going to be Boisri. Last of the late breakers again. No, Boisri. I can't believe it. Thatcher Corn Boisri. How the hell has he done that? Well, I can honestly say 120% difficulty was a blast. And I think we need to stay on this difficulty from now on. But God almighty, what we could have done without damage. Hey, it is what it is. At least we didn't run out of fuel. Tuachiko moves up by 19 spots. And he's now in the championship hunt. We're in 5th place. We've gone up by 7 points there. We've got 25 points in total. Hey, it's not all that bad. We've got our first podium of the season, so we have to be happy with that one. But what could have been? So guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to see you very soon for more career mode. ciao for now.
Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.